I'm gonna wake up my kid. My wife gonna kill me. For real. For real, for real. Oh shit, the shit cut out. God damn. We was too hot for him.
Damn, we too hot already?
No,
Shit.
we're not that hot. We're not that hot. You gotta run that back.
Rewind selector.
Feels right.
Woo. Best part, YouTube can't hit us on nothing because this ain't even out yet. I mean, woo. Because my all right, I'm gonna bring that down before my kill kills me.
Yo.
People, Chopvision, episode 25.
25.
Let's go.
Deuce
2-5.
and a handful, nigga. Deuce and a handful.
What'd you say? Say it again. Deuce and a
Deuce
handful.
and a handful.
Yes, sir. We have a special guest today for our special 2-5 episode. For the special Deuce and a handful, as you would say that episode. A brother of mine, we'll say MC. We'll say overall just good person. You know what I mean? Hailing from Pittsburgh, currently residing in Ottawa. My man, the one and only Bobby Brugal. And no, he's not Dominican.
What up?
Yeah.
Welcome to the
What
show.
up?
Let's
What
go.
up, bro? What up, Joey? What up, Skinny?
I had to bring my brother on the show because people, I mean, we cross so many paths with so many people in our lives, and then few of them make an impact. This man made an impact on my life, just like Joey, you've made an impact on my life, and I just wanted to bring y'all together so we could chop it up on Chopvision. You know what I mean? So,
Hey,
Bobby, tell him where
humble
you're from.
this shit.
Tell him a bit of your, brief up the story because you've done a lot in your many years on this earth. And let's just get into some shit, man. Like, what are you about? How you doing? What's good? How you doing, man?
I'm great, y'all. Thanks for having me. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Skinny,
Thanks for coming through.
yo, nice to meet Joey. You know what I mean? I see he's been doing this thing on the pod. Congrats to you guys for your 25th episode.
Just here, we just talking shit for 25 episodes. Pretty fun.
Nah, racking them up. Look, competing against all his other pods, is killing the game. You feel me? Shouts to bro.
True.
Yo, yeah, no, like, I mean, same with you, bro. You've inspired me so much through life, vice versa. So thank you for that. That's amazing. But
no problem. For those of you who don't know, everybody watching the show, people on the tube and whatnot, our man here, we actually, Uncle Dude, what up? 25 years, we here. My man Jay and I, we met at a Wiz Khalifa show in Ottawa when I was opening on that exact same bill. We linked up. I tossed him a beat CD. Many times during this era, this was 2009, 2008.
2009, I think.
Yeah, about that. And I was just throwing out beat CDs like wildfire. So it was just like, okay, a few people hit me back. He actually hit me back. And hit me on the phone. We spoke for a bit, and he's just like, "Listen,
OG shit."
Yeah. So, anyways, from that, a friendship grew. We put out a lot of dope music together. As you heard, that past song that was just in the intro is unreleased music. I got a bunch of those. We got a bunch of those.
Facts.
And yeah,
that's an exclusive, people. I don't think we're not just go skate the fuck by that. Like y'all didn't just say we just played some unreleased exclusive shit, dog. Y'all all humble and shit.
Always,
always. YouTube, you can't really touch us for that because I'm just gonna keep playing unreleased shit as I have it. But again, this man, I've watched him grow from artist, MC, just overall fashionable person to now you got your own shit. You out here with past life. People you see me wear this on the show. I got the black and green.
I gotta get me one of them. That's a fire sweater, dog.
Exactly.
Thank you. No, man, I've been it's been a great ride in Canada, since I've been here. What up, Joe? What up, Uncle Dude? It's been a great ride. Originally I came here, I graduated high school 06, 07. My father lives in Canada. My mom lives in Pittsburgh. So I grew up in Pittsburgh, and then I was, normal kid, played ball, listened to music, had a great life, you know what I mean? I graduated from Shinley High School in Pittsburgh, and then I moved to Canada with my pops. So I moved to Canada, and then I went to Concordia for 6 months. So, my affinity for Montreal is really big. That's my favorite place in the world. Skinny could tell you that. You know what I mean? So fast forward, I started making music in Ottawa. I'm young. My name is Castro Crosby. I was like 18, 19. And then that's when me and Skinny met, like you said. I was making a lot of music at the time. My first music tape project was called The Crosby Show.
Yeah,
It was like I'll play off of Sidney Crosby and being from Canada and him playing for Pittsburgh and me being from Pittsburgh and playing for Canada. So that's kind of how I added the Castro Crosby, moniker to my name and shit. And then from there, yeah, what like you said, we were playing shows. That's the difference between 2021 and 2009. Like, wow, the live shows were like outside. Like we were actually even like as a not a known artist at the time. You could get booked if you were like had a buzz or selling crowd, selling your amount of tickets or selling your fair share and shit like that. So we met just on that type of energy, and yeah, he gave me, I think the first, like, on the beat tape, I think the first beat I rapped on was Jealousy.
Yes.
Pretty sure. Yeah. And then from there, we just like, we created a project called Rasta Monster together. And, we just had a long outstanding friendship. But nowadays, fast forward, I still write, I still make music. Now I host shows. I host shows. I got a clothing line. I work for myself now. You know what I mean?
Shout
like
your clothing line out, dog. Shout your clothing.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Past life with a V, pvstlife.ca. That's the website. It's up and running all day, every day, 7 days a week. But yeah, just right now, last year I was always had a job, kind of normal Joe Blow. And then last year I took it upon myself to try to get paid for being myself. You know what I'm saying? I like to say that a lot. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I always wanted to get paid to just do me and be me. So that's what we've been doing for the last year. And it's been pretty successful journey, to be honest.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
what I'm talking
how
about.
this whole shit came about too, dog. Is I was like, yo, I'm tired of making other motherfuckers money and shit. Like, I'm trying to make money for like,
yeah,
right.
This nigga here is a character. Like it's on all the time. Like, yo, I might as well get paid for this shit. Like, I'm already famous. I'm just waiting for the rest of the fucking world to catch the fuck up.
Right.
That's the mentality, and that's exactly where the vibe. So it was like, instead of working 40 hours for someone else, let me try to work 60 for myself and go crazy and, see if it could work out. So far, so good. It's been great. It's definitely, I love the freedom of working for myself and everything like that. I mean, I kind of missed a little 40-hour work week too. You know what I mean? I'm a big advocate of both. I'm just a big advocate of people hustling, you know what I mean? And like working to your best ability. If you're going to do something, try to be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality usually with anything. So, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now.
Usually the best way to go about it.
At the Steel City, like it's at the working man city, bro. Like,
yeah, tell us about growing up in Pittsburgh
for real, right? Like,
for real.
Yeah, no, you got it. You're right. In Canada, it's funny too, because everybody always tries to say like Hamilton is the Steel City, which shouts to Hamilton, great place, but
it ain't Pittsburgh. Like,
it ain't the real Steel City. They the second home Steel City. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Steel City, but Pittsburgh was a great, like, growing up. I mean, I'm from the south side of Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? That's like, I'm from Belt Suver, which is a neighborhood out there. It's a hood, it's hood, but it ain't like too crazy to the point where, I didn't grow up in like no projects or nothing like that. My house was like pretty dope all my life. I played ball. I never rapped. I didn't rap until I was like 17. So I didn't start rapping until I was like later, writing wise and stuff. I was pretty much just playing ball my whole life, just living, trying to be fly, get chicks, on some normal teenage shit.
Realness, right? Exactly.
Yeah. But then, like, let's say senior year, I had a whole bunch of friends that were like really close with Mac Miller and Mac Miller's camp. And they used to rest in peace.
Mac.
God bless. And they used to make music with him and stuff. And they used to be in the studio a lot. So I used to just kick it with them. So I used to just write. End up making a tape. Fast forward, I moved to Canada. I made Skinny Toothpick, and it's fire. And then that was like my first big song in Canada. And then that took off from there. And then it's cool. It's like a cool journey. Like, music for me is like a passion. So I never, anybody who's heard my music or anything like that, from a Castro Crosby or Bobby Brugal point, oh man, I love you to death. You know what I mean? Y'all family, y'all ain't even fans. I got like real supporters and stuff like that who'll still come see me perform. and then certain cities and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Pittsburgh was my upbringing. Like, bring it back to that. Like, I love Pittsburgh. I'm still attached. I'm really attached. You know, like my mom still lives there, so my brother.
I gotta ask. I'm a big ass football fan. Are you a Steelers fan, dog? Like,
yeah, of course. Like with through and through too, because I didn't have a choice. You know, like in Pittsburgh, we don't have a choice. Like a lot of people, even the weird people who have, like, I find now maybe in the last 3 years, you can see other people from Pittsburgh becoming fans of other teams. But like, nah, I was in a.
That's not a thing. Like my 17-year-old daughter is a diehard Steelers fan, dog. Yeah, like my daughter is a Steelers. I don't know where she got it from. In this house, it's black and silver. It's Raider Nation. You see, reserved Raider parking, dog. I'm a Raiders fan, bro. Like that. That's my. But I respect the Steelers though, because that's the.
We got a great fan base
team. Like that's a solid squad. The dirty towel, bro. Like that's a thing.
I got one.
You got the dark hole. Y'all got the dirty towel.
In the room somewhere too. But Pittsburgh is like we're all black and yellow. It's sick. It's like what you're saying. Like that's the energy of the city. It's a real prideful city. Like Pittsburgh's the type of place they don't even like. You can't wear other city hats. You know, they're real big on like pirates. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I used to wear a Yankees hat. You know what I mean? Just because of Jay-Z. I loved Jay-Z when I was a kid. And like I used to catch slack for that even in my neighborhood, man. Be like, "Yo, where you think you from?" You know
I can't even front. I had all the Yankees hats to the point where people would just be like, "Are you even a baseball fan?" I'm like,
"Nah, no? I'm a young nigga." Like,
right? You see this do-rag, right? Like you understand that this is not.
We're all hat guys. Look at us. We all got hats. We're all hat guys. So
yeah, I just like evolved into the dad hat shit. So it's kind of it's easier. But yeah.
I like both y'all hats though. Yeah, you got the fly hats. You know, this hat is from Montreal. It's no beef.
I'm like, there's plenty of hats behind me. Yeah, like they're all up on the wall.
Yeah, the homie.
Most of them is Raiders.
Oh, Raiders, Raider gang.
Raider gang. Jeez,
yeah,
man.
But I love football though. Yeah, football is probably my favorite sport to watch. And then like I had a Steeler onesie. I got a picture in a Steeler onesie, and like when I was a baby, like I said, I didn't have a choice.
That's crazy.
My dad's favorite thing to do is watch football together and shit like that. My pops, even every Sunday from Canada, like he goes crazy. You know what I mean? He's like the biggest Steeler fan in the world. So
shout out to Pops for being a Steeler fan. That's what's up. Respect to you.
Yeah, he gets extra points in like Chops' book because just for that.
Football is life for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's such a great sport, spectator wise. Like I'm a basketball player, but like I like sport wise, but football, you know, to me is and I mean, we live in Canada, so hockey's kind of cool to watch too.
I don't fuck with ice.
I can't skate, so I always feel left out.
See, I didn't know I could skate up until like 2010. Yeah. Where I just like, I don't know. Before I remember as a kid, I was learning and I just would fall over. And then I went on it. I think it was like a lake, Parc La Fontaine. I don't know if anybody knows that. Montrealers, we know what it is. Somebody knows what it is. And I just hop on this lake and all of a sudden I know what I'm doing. I'm like, all right.
That's crazy.
Skate. Can't play hockey. Can't play any sport.
I tell my skating first experience? Because yours was like blissful and shit. Then it came out as like,
well, I can't stop.
And shit,
I can skate.
Aerials.
No, aerials. Just I can skate. Just
my dad, big hockey fan. Like that was his shit. He could skate. He was good at it. It was his thing.
Okay.
He goes out and I got a big ass foot. I wear a size 15 shoes. So at 13, it was a 13. Like that's some big feet.
Jeez.
But big dude, right? He goes out and he gets me goalie skates. He goes, your ankles won't be a problem. We're gonna go skate, right? I got like a boot on my foot. I don't walk. I use that term very loosely. I step out onto the ice at the arena. My 2 feet go, whoop, my big ass goes up, bam, and I come down like a cartoon character. I grab the boards, slide off the ice like the dead, untied the skates, chucked them bitches in the rink, looked at him and said, I don't need to skate. Put on my boots, and he goes, I guess my son's not a hockey player. He walked out the arena. And that was the first and last time I ever put skates on my feet and said, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
That's just not for me, man.
Yeah, Canadian.
Shout out to anybody who can skate, but I got Southern blood running through my veins from Alabama. Like, we don't skate, nigga. That's not a thing. Skating's not for me.
Maybe roller skate, but that's about
I might be out there roll bounce and do some shit like that. Might be okay, but ice?
Roll bounce. That's funny.
Yeah, hell no.
That's
so that's my skating.
That's what we need to learn how to skate in 2022. Maybe that'll be all of our, you know.
That's what you two need to.
I'm trying not to break ankles and shit. I'm trying to like break necks with the podcast and stuff, not my ankles.
Man, listen, it might be carpal tunnel. I don't know, but for whatever reason, like my thumb, this hurts for no apparent reason. This kid came around, and I obviously I carry one handed, like had to like have the hand sprawled, but like I'll wake up in the morning with just like shooting pain in my thumb. It's not good. Years of cracking your knuckles, maybe, but I don't know. My shit's fucked up.
That sounds like a dad problem, bro. Like you just got older, and that's the first one.
The first one, my shoulder does a pop for no apparent reason. What do you mean the first one? That's the second. I'm a transformer in this bitch. I wake up and it's all day.
Too much Harlem shaking.
Harlem shaking.
Guys.
No, I was speaking to another parent this weekend. I have like legit like a permanent 2-step because all I do is bounce now.
Right?
I'm just like, all right.
But yo, the beat you're about to make, once that mode kicks in, it's gonna be crazy.
I am making this rhythm. Fire. Listen, ask this guy. The shit I'd be sending him now. I was like, yo, just check this out, this little thing, whatever. And it's good. It's great. I went on a dry spell for like a few.
So where's that 808 at?
I don't know what makes humans, but having a human does something to people like that too. It always makes like win-win. Energy, you know.
Winergy. That's why I like that. Yeah. Shit. So tell me, I actually been wanting to ask you this for a minute.
Uncle Dude can skate, by the way, y'all. Just want to let y'all know, like
Uncle Dude can do many.
That's my brother, and I ain't never seen this motherfucker skate a day in my life. But apparently, him and his friend says that he can skate. I ain't never seen that, but apparently,
he out here lying.
Lying ass motherfucker, you can't skate. I ain't seen it. It ain't happened.
Motherfucker, lying his ass.
Footage of Uncle Dude skate, all right.
So listen, what brought on the name change of Bobby Brugal?
Yeah, so the name change.
Yeah.
Bobby Brugal. So I mean, all in all, I'm still Castro Crosby. I think the thing with that was like Castro Crosby is my first music name, you know? It's my artist name if you look for most of my early music, especially from 20 to 30. So that's dope, right? And then I was taking a year off between like 2019. I didn't make as much music as I was making like the years prior. So as that was happening, I was cool and I was just having fun, living life, enjoying it, working, normal job, normal shit. But I was doing a lot of like hosting and like different things and like shows, just like host events, you know?
Yeah.
And I went to the Dominican for my I think it was like the 27th birthday or something. You know, I had, and it was like a sick time. You know, my big bro, Bills, he like took me out and shit. Like we had like a sick birthday trip, and that's when I was drinking all this Brugal. And that was the first time I heard of it. Like, well, I heard of it like 10 years ago because he always drunk it like as a liquor. But then when I went to the DR, let's say around this time, this is prior to like 2019 too. I just was like writing music in the DR and it wasn't sounding like, it sounded almost like a different, not person, but like, you know, a different point of view, a different bounce, a different bop. So I was like, yo, maybe I'll make like a secret album, you know, at one point. And now I think the first song that I recorded was like Hold the Cash. If you remember Hold the Cash, it was like, I wrote that in the DR. It was like, hold the cash. So the whole song was just on some like vacating, quick EP stuff. Then I came back and I was like one of the last songs I dropped is Castro Crosby. Then I I just kind of leaned into the Bobby Brugal while I wasn't dropping music. So I just started recording a whole bunch of music, saying Bobby, like Bobby Brugal, Bobby. And it was just like, you know what I mean? So it felt like to me, it felt like 2 Chainz. Or like when
he switched from Titty Boy to
yeah, it felt like when Titty Boy was Titty Boy, and then you went to 2 Chainz, or like when Doom, like you know how Doom has like mad different monikers. You know, you got Mad Doom, King Ghidorah, Mad you know what I mean, Mad Villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like mad different Dooms. So I was like, yo, like I'm just creating another chapter musically, and it's kind of was a challenge because I've done a lot indie, like you said. Me and Skinny have made music as Castro Crosby. I already had a good draw as this artist. I played Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Kingston, a lot of different East Coast places. Never been to the West Coast, but I'm looking to go to Vancouver this year. But with the Bobby Brugal, was like, yo, let's see if I can get hot again. You know what I mean? It was like,
I hear what you say.
I fuck with you, yeah.
See if I can make the internet. It's like a experiment on the internet almost, because it's still the same person. You know what I mean?
Of course, you just want to see if they would like either realize it or just or if it would just
receive it differently. And I don't know. You know what I mean? So that was my whole initial thing, and then it became what it became, like its own. Like I said, it was more a rebrand now.
Yeah.
Just because I had like a podcast, we did the new podcast, and I did episodes as Bobby Brugal as a podcaster. Then I did hosting as Bobby Brugal. So that was like, people didn't even hear the music yet.
Right.
And then I dropped Fail to Plan. Well, I was dropping singles. Like we had the singles and shit. We was dropping like Samo.
Yo, that's fucking fire, bro. I heard that shit for the first time today in Samo.
Yeah, that song's like inspired by Basquiat. So, like a hood Basquiat song. I was trying to be like a guy.
Yes.
Okay, my niggas get into it on that same old shit. Drinking brew, smoking tracks on that same old shit. Making off from the on that same old shit. When a nigga rich, I'm on that same old shit. Okay, my niggas get into it.
So yeah, the whole bounce was very like Southern. Smoking brew, drinking backs. It's the same old shit. Like I was just supposed to, you know what I mean?
It's nice. It's got a really good vibe.
Resonating with me, like I was getting ready for this. It was just vibing in my head all by itself. It's like,
thanks. So I was just trying to find like a sound.
Like, that's what's up.
Yeah, we was trying to find the sound. Those are the early stages of the Bobby shift. You know what I mean?
This is my joint. This guitar. Kamali, listen, as a producer, producers, we're all super friends. That's how we are. Like, you're like, oh, you make beats too? Cool. You probably collect toys or some weird shit. You watch comics. Great. But there's like a few moments where you're literally like, man, I wish I could like spy versus spy this nigga and just take this beat, because this bothered me. When I heard this guitar and then this shit dropped, I was like, no, come on. And then you hear that, that's not Kamali. You're like,
you're just, shout out to Kamali, man.
Right there. This is my joint. Love this joint. Heat in the Kitchen dropped in 2020, and this is when I really started paying attention to the Bobby Brugal-ish. And I was just like, this nigga's about to rebrand his shit and just like blow it up, because people started going nuts over this video. Like,
you gotta
when you were doing like Bob and people were cooking in the kitchen behind you. I was like, how did he get these people to let him film while they're cooking? And this shit was nuts. All right, tell me about the idea for that video, the experience for like that whole. I mean, yeah, Samo came out in 2019, so you're really just testing the waters, but that was nice. But like, I feel like Heat in the Kitchen, you're really like, I'm rocking with this Bobby thing, and like, this is it. Like, I'm here now. Like, and you weren't playing.
Oh yeah.
It was still you, but like, it was just like you were kind of doing what the kids are doing. It was. Tell me, please.
Yeah, that one is really cool. That one was cool. Like Kamali and me, like you said, me and you work closely. Me, Kamali work closely. So I'm blessed with like the coolest producers or the illest producers, first and foremost. They always go on to do way greater things than I have ever done. Let me just say that.
We're out here.
And I have it in the cards for Skinny too. He's made music with amazing artists. But that beat was super dope. Like, it was like we were going to the studio a lot and just recording like a song on the spot. I wasn't writing a lot. Writing too much, and I like to write a lot. So I was trying a new style of recording pretty much. And he made that beat on the spot. And then I remember it being like a fast sample. It was like dun, 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 dun. And I was like, yo, and he slowed it down and he reversed it. Slowed it down and reversed it, and it was like, I was like,
you're giving away the secrets, but yeah, to anyone out there who wants to know how we do half our shit, it's like all in the reversal, legit. If you find a good,
it's all crazy beats, right? He made this. You guys, craziness. Producers know, right? I can't go on Fruity Loops and go do that right now. Don't think
we tend to talk like it's easy. For real, we do. We're like, oh, that's what. But no,
don't think you're going to hear this podcast and be able to just jump up and put some snares together. But he's crazy with it. He made that, cooked it up, did it on the spot, at first I wasn't even like, man, I was like, oh, I don't know, man. This is kind of, I was like, it was a little aggressive. I'm like, I don't know. But then everybody, he was like, bro, just drop it. And I was shooting videos prior to like dropping the song. So I already had the video maybe in the cut for maybe like a half of like 2 weeks to a month and then stuff like that. But yeah, it was kind of like the revival, you know what I mean? Or like you said, it got a different vibe, different energy. And then I was working on an album called 1 Foot In. And then that was going to be on 1 Foot In.
Okay.
1 Foot In was like pretty much done. It's like 60-70% done. Skin Deep got music on there too. And then like COVID happened. Or like you know what I mean? Like I just slowed down on music and then COVID happened.
Fucking COVID.
And
COVID.
Yeah, but then it was like messed up because then I just started working on music for like 3 months. And then by March came around. By the time we were like all locked up in March, I bought a fucking MacBook. Again, excuse my language. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead. Again,
you're saying a safe place, dog. You can fucking swear all you like.
Place. My bad. Sorry. So I bought a new MacBook and I just started recording again. But then I was getting beats from like just everywhere. You know what I mean? Not specific one place. Was locking in with All Things Hip, locking in requests, boom, boom. Then that's when I dropped Fail to Plan. So it's kind of like I had an album almost done. And then I was like, I'm not sure about it because I wasn't getting all the pieces right for that album. But then I was through the quarantine. I was working and I was just getting all the pieces right through one album. You know what I mean? So then I kind of rolled out a plan to like drop mad albums. But yeah.
And you have
music. Yeah, I love music so much. I could sit here like waste your time talking about music.
You still have that. You still have the album 80 Rock.
Yo, we want to hear your story. We want to hear that.
Yeah, like, keep coming with the story. I still want to hear that 80 album that you've been like, I don't know where that's coming, but
that's the next one. Like that is the one, and it's like
you have a name for that joint?
Yes, yeah. Me and 80 Rock's album. Shouts to 80 Rock. He's from Montreal. That's the big bro. It's called Bobby Brugal and 80 Rock's Uncle Snooky's Laundromat. So, and it's a super cool concept album. I wrote that last year. I wrote the album last year too. So basically, y'all watch Ozark?
I have.
Yes. Everybody watch Ozark?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. So the whole album is based off of like money laundering in my head, like because we were going quarantine, right? So like I was bored. We're watching Ozark every day, but I'm also recording a whole bunch of songs. And for my uncle was a real person. So my uncle, his name was Uncle Snooky. His real name was Ted Tedland. And in Pittsburgh, he was an old head, but he was like the first black dude to do a lot of cool shit. He was like the first black cab driver. He had a laundromat. He owned a laundromat, and then he owned like a daycare too later in his life. So he was real cool, you know. And his nickname's just hella cool.
Right.
Uncle Snooky, like he was my dog. You know what I mean? He used to wear these little cab hats and all that. He was super cool.
That's cool.
So I was like, yo, we're gonna make an album that's like dedicated to like uncles, but at the same time, I'm gonna have a lot of like money laundering schemes in it. You know what I mean? Like different vibes. So 80 Rock gave me the soundtrack for that. If you know 80 Rock, he produces like, you know, some of the. I think he's like Canada's
Alchemist.
You know what I mean? Like in that vibe. If you could really get with him, and he's done already some cool concept albums with other people and stuff too.
Yeah, he's done. He done the joint. Moore's Regal, the Rockefeller's joint.
Rockefeller's joint is crazy. That's a super cool concept. And you know, like even when someone told me they heard me, someone in Montreal told me they heard me on Expensive Heat, Volume 1.
Oh wow.
Pesci's tape.
Yes, I do remember that.
Oh yeah, shouts to Pesci and San Mosa. But yo, they was like, yo, the first time I ever heard you was on Expensive Heat. I was like, whoa, and that blew my mind because I only have a verse, like, and it's a cypher record too. And I have a verse on it. But
hold on.
You know, imagine that, you know what I mean? And but you know, Osa and Pesci's a legend. That boy got bars for it.
I was trying to find that. No, it's not on here, but I will find that.
Oh man, somewhere. It's hard to find. Yeah, if you find it, let me know. But that's some real classic history, like, you know what I mean? For you right there, some rap. But yeah, so the Bobby Brugal stuff's working out, man. And like musically, it's great. I feel the freedom of making music again. I'm back in love. Like I love music so much. Like, you know, I'm
But
helping
then
a lot of other people make music and like, you know, helping other projects at this point and stuff like that too. But we're also dropping we're in November, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm this 80 joint is like 85% done, 85, 90% done. I was working on it last week. I got some singers on it. Like the songs sound really big, you know, like it's like I got one joint with this girl, she sounds like Mary J. Blige type vibes, you know what I mean? Like I'm in my bag, I'm digging deep. So it takes longer when you gotta dig deep in the bag, but it's gonna be so worth it, this album.
I'm excited.
Definitely.
I'm definitely
Definitely
excited.
excited to hear that.
Then me and Skinny got some work. Oh!
We have, I mean, y'all have heard some of that. We
I
have
don't
other
want to
joints.
reveal too much of the plans, but I can say the EP that I recorded in Montreal will be after that.
Nice. Okay.
You know what I mean?
This is good.
And you remember joints from that, right? The Rick Rock, Rose.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. If I could even go into that, which I'm gonna go into that.
I'm just saying, I don't want to give too much, but we definitely plan ahead for music, and like now it's like seasonal. I just gotta like run the company. I got more time to rap. I got so much like good things coming out though, you know, musically. So I'm back. Pretty much.
I won't envy's the wrong word.
No, just keep going.
But yeah,
I'll let it ride.
They can't hear it the way you hear it, but
the talent of being able to write bars evades me, but it's the coolest fucking process in my mind.
It's
like
dope.
Writing music.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a skill that's
making the beat is probably, to me, I think making the beats harder because I guess it comes natural, the music side. But I mean, songwriting in general, like whichever way you take, not just from a rap point of view. You know, I love all music, you know, big R&B fan, big reggae fan, big oldies fan. You know what I mean? Like that's why Skinny, when he plays those old samples, you know, that's kind of where me and him meet in the middle and like we make great music together because he got a great ear for like old you know, great old samples and always bring that to the table, you know what I mean?
I made that beat that I was just this joint. I was just made this joint. Like I think you came by and was
here. I was there.
You were here in my room sitting next to me.
Yes.
And like live, it's like 11:30, and I'm trying to sleep because I got to work the next day. Like, you can chill here, we can burn a spliff, you know what I mean? But like, I'm really trying to go to bed, bro, because I gotta be up. And he's like, yeah, just like make a beat. And I was like, fine. So like, I legit
that was the last time I was at your spot too.
Yeah, and it was really weird because like legit just YouTube, gotta type in the song. I didn't even know what I was looking for. Kind of scrolled through it on SoundForge. Find that spot, chop it dead in front of him. I made it within like 15 minutes. I was like, this is dope. Okay, cool. Here.
That's another heat in the kitchen story for you live right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that was also kind of like endish COVID. Like, I mean, we were still locked up, so I was still working from home. So I mean, I had to be up in the morning, but it didn't really like matter. So like he was still here. And I think the next day I was tweaking it while you and Rob were like chilling on the balcony. So it was a good time. But like, I would say in terms of the music and how you say like it's probably easier from making the beat is harder. I say it's harder based on the perspective or the talent you're born with, because I couldn't write. I've thought about making rap music, and you know, every time I make a beat, I'll like rhyme some kind of flow over it. 2-3 times out of 10, I'll come up with like the sickest bar word scheme, but gone. Won't remember it. Totally forgotten. Whatever. Whereas you could just sit there, hear a beat, and be like, all right, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, dope line here, punch here, boom, and it's good. It's great. I've seen you send me. I've sent you beats, and you sent it back within an hour with something that I've like never forget it. Right? I'm gonna play one actually because it's just I have to play this song. It's
as somebody who can't do either of the things y'all do, that shit's crazy. Like the fucking talent. Side eye to y'all, bro.
That Chops, you're more handsome than both of us, so we can't all be winners out here. You know what I mean?
I'm good with mechanics and shit. That's my vibe, bro. Like I build dope cars and dope motorcycles and shit. That's where the chops comes from. Is I ride choppers and motorcycles. Like that's my shit.
I have to talk to you about some car shit after this thing.
Like I'm that dude. So that's my gift too.
Jeez.
build an art that you can jump on and ride 100
He
miles
got
an hour
a
down the highway.
sick shoe collection too in the back. I see.
Yeah, he's got a very
I
nice
fuck
shoe
with my
collection.
kicks.
He's always outstepping me out
He
here.
got $1 million in action figures over there. Like, holy,
mean,
this
It's
guy.
more than that. Not million, 10, 15
Oh,
out here.
you know what I mean? We gonna, you know what I
We
mean?
got flex, but we ain't
we won't get
store.
insurance, man. We won't get insurance.
Yeah, insurance. Yeah, I gotta get on that shit. God damn. Oh man, goddamn.
No, but yo,
She's beautiful. I ain't gonna lie, I probably never get signed. Labels know it's too real when they head in my town for real. I ain't gonna lie, I probably never get signed. Labels know it's too real. I ain't never gonna die. I used to rap for chips right in front of the stone. Now I rap for chips from different countries galore. Swell cause a nigga grew up.
I mean, that will eventually come out, but for just to kind of give people, I sent that beat to him. He sent that back to me within, and I think I'll say 3 days, but he probably had it done within the hour.
yeah,
And he'll do cryptic shit like not speak to me for like a week and then text me, check your email.
yeah, that's
And like, but no, Charles, check it. It's not like a regular time to check your email. This is like a random like 7:30. You're like, check your email. Like, you check my email. The fuck you? So you get to it, and then you hear that
like in the morning.
No, after
Okay.
like summertime, but it's like 7:30. So you're like, okay, 7:30. I'm hanging with my friends. I'm chilling. I'll get to it. So I do get to it.
Or something.
2 beer. Yeah, definitely thought it was some sort of meme or like him trying to call me, tell me I'm ugly, like the 9 out of other times. He'll do that. Be like, he'll just hit me up, be like, you ugly as fuck. You know that, right? But like, we are still that's some brother shit. Check your email. So I check the email. I hear that shit. And I lose it naturally.
Yeah, nothing else you're doing at that moment matters. Like,
did not matter.
Fuck the birthday cake. Like, yo, I gotta call this nigga and be like, yo, what are we doing right now?
Ran this back like 4 times, I swear. And I was just like, this is it's just it's a lot. And he does that. That's why we work so well together. It's kind of like, as a producer myself, I would always, you got to find the artists that will, like, do well with your music. So I have a few. 80 has that knack of just finding motherfuckers that you just don't know where they come from. He'll go and like Shabugamu, find some dude who speaks like no kind of English, and then he'll hop on a mic and sound like freaking, I don't know,
Rock Marciano.
Rock Marciano. Just sound like greatness. You know what I mean? Like
craziness. Yeah, he
right.
got a good ear for
so
that.
Like, I'll find a few, and then when I met Jay here, it was just like, okay, yeah, I got one. Like he's like, let me just grab these beats. I'll send you back some shit. I was like, here we go. And it was like, you get those dudes who like too many syllables in their bars, too many words. It's just like, all right, you can't really ride the beat. Niggas giving you a 14, what I mean, like a 9-bar hook.
Yeah.
Also, 14, just dumb numbers that don't make sense. And then you have this guy who sends me back. Jealousy is the first song he sent me back, and I'm just like, all right, we might have something here. And then months turn into years, and you're just like, every time you're just sending them shit. And you're just like, all right, at which point we're just gonna knock them in their head and just give them a whole thing. This is what we're about to do right now. Because finally, we kind of got to a point where I'm going to ask you into going into the creation of Past Life. I feel like that's kind of brought you more, kind of made you more whole. You've always had your foot into the fashion. You've always wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But by getting into that, it's brought you kind of to like love music more. And then, you know what I mean? Like you're in unison, just like me with the toys. You know what I mean? I leaned into this shit, and then now it's kind of making me more in unison with the beat. So I want to know like the name, how that came about, where did you finally say, hey, yo, Past Life, what's up? I'm gonna do this. By the way, I like the OG logo. He has an OG logo with like the kind of, what do you call that thing again?
An Ankh.
Yeah, the Ankh. So in the past, instead of the T, he'll have an Ankh there. And then it's like PVS and Ankh and then life.
What an Ankh
It's like the Egyptian kind of like cross looking, not thing.
Okay.
Particular. It's fire. But I need to know, because
just so we're clear, I'm picturing in my head.
That's a new joint right there.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's the Yankees colors, the gray navy. I need to get that sweatsuit too.
Gray navy joint, pretty.
He's got sweatpants, people. We're gonna.
The sweats are here too.
He's got the pants. That looks nice. We're gonna definitely get all these and the website up.
Then you got the new bag game. Just some totes, just for people who like the shopping.
Right, you gotta go grocery shopping. Might as well rock your own.
Yeah,
grocery shopping, right?
Real, for real. Or if like I'll just give people a bag when they like get a tracksuit or something, like, you know what I mean? I usually do that.
That's the
That's the
one.
original logo right here. That's what he was talking about. That's
That was
what
my shit.
That's
Oh
what's
man.
up.
So, and then there's even a little pet. There's another logo on that one. The back, that's Laker colors, baby. Shouts to Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah. Oh, so what we were saying with the past life? I was
Yeah. When did you decide? Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run with this. Let's go.
So
because you're doing music, you're hosting, as you're saying, you're doing your regular job at that time, and then you just like you said you want to work for yourself, but like, what made you just be like, I can do this shit? Because I knew when you dropped the first sweater, I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's when it started going up.
Right.
I dropped some shirts in 2019 too. Like I used to have just like OG versions of the regular Past Life. Remember, like the first time? You might not remember, but so I was doing that while I was working, and let's say I was doing that while I was working, and that was like 2019. So that's when I created the brand. May 2019. That's when I created the brand. In my, I wasn't like, a business yet or anything like that, but that's kind of when I, initially told myself I was going to make a clothing line. So pretty much like, let's say like you said, with the name change, right? So when the Bobby Brugal, we just jumped off. Did we jump off?
No, we didn't.
I'm like, that was my face, bro. That was a whole lot of this shit.
Yeah, a whole lot of your face.
Yeah, no. All right. So with the name change, like I think you said it perfectly. Like me, I'm big on timing, right? It's with work and life and relationship and living, I got a lovely woman and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was doing shit with that, growing up, living life with that. But also like the passion of music, I was just losing it. Just like I said, because it wasn't. Canada's a tough place to make music, in general.
Boy, is it.
Like that's the reality of it. You know what I mean? You got to really love it. You can't just be out here just trying to make it for anybody. Make it for yourself, and then hopefully it gets you to somewhere you want to be. So past life, and it's all synonymous. Music and fashion. Skinny said it. Like me, I mean, I wasn't like the freshest kid in school, but I was by the time I could dress myself, when we in 9th grade, 10th grade, we're like buy your own clothes and shit. I was contending, I was by senior year, I was top 5 freshest kid in school. You know what I mean? When I could really figure it out and put it together. By 10th grade, we start doing stupid stuff to get money, to hustle or work to get J's. And I was working too. Like I used to work at a thrift shop store, like a Value Village. That was like the type of spot. Well, in Canada, y'all call it Value Village, but in Pittsburgh, it's called the Red, White, and Blue. So that was like my first job. So I used to be always into like getting like, like they'd have flash shit at the value spot too, but brand new. Like this is before people was vintage digging and all that.
Right.
It was just normal, like, because let's say they had a new polo in there, you would buy it, or you know what I'm saying? But
like the Nautica shit came out. I'm just going.
That
pulled up, right?
Sure. And shouts to my grandma. My grandma always used to take me to J.C. Penney, in the States. Like you say, you got Alabama family. Yeah, so my mom would just buy me like decent clothes, but then my grandma, every time school came around, she'd get me right. Take me there, give me some Ralph polos, little Tommy polos. You know what I mean? She'd get me right. So school, that's how fashion is, like we said, coming up from music and like sneaker collecting. I think it's just culture. I'm a big guy. I'm a big culture guy. You know what I mean? Like outside of just making music, I love to say like, I love hip hop, like I love DJs, I got a lot of graph artist friends, I'm not a breaker in any nature, but I'm sure I could bust a move on somebody, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, I genuinely love the whole aspect of our rap culture and making music and hip hop. So with music or fashion, with me going into another chapter with my name, I thought it was always going to be dope to have my own clothing line. Now, I didn't think it would be this soon. Personally, I didn't think it was going to be this soon. But, the God works in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? So, like, with
it happens when it happens.
Right.
So exactly, like truthfully, like you just said, I was working. You know me, like I said, I was managing. I was managing for sneaker store at Foot Locker. Love Foot Locker, so I'm never ashamed to shout them out. Good, great people out the head office and all that. Shouts to all the people. So I was managing there for like 4 or 5 years, but then I left to go work for OVO. So I never told this live on store or whatever, but
Exclusive.
Working for OVO, opened the OVO store that's in Ottawa. Helped open it, hired everyone there, all that stuff. Great experience, super dope. Like boutique, but at the time when COVID was going on and things were starting to switch over, I realized um, that I wanted to work for myself. Like I said earlier, 20 minutes ago, I wanted to try. Like I really wanted to be paid for myself, to be paid to be myself. And they told me, like when I got there, like OVO is a great company, but it's like I still couldn't just be myself. You know what I mean? And as a manager, I was like, yeah, I'm not really doing this no more. You know what I mean? Like I'll figure it out. Like I can really figure it out. And I learned so much. It was just like, yo, let me try to make a line. You know what I mean? So I sprung into action, right? You know what I mean? While making music and just chilling and trying to figure it out, I was like, yo, let me just get my brand really off the floor. You know what I mean? And started with the black and green Crest Life OG version of this hoodie. As one that's very popular, sold out a couple times, and then I just started designing. But everything was self-taught, like a YouTube University. You know what I mean? I'm definitely big on that. You know what I'm saying? And just like teaching people, or like paying people to teach me certain things with the Adobe Illustrator, and but I always had like a P Diddy mind sense for making clothes, like like even like the jeans I'm wearing right now, I designed these.
Oh, that's what's up.
These are like old jeans though, like you know what I mean. But like I designed those. I've always been like into like customizing my own clothing.
Word.
So then with the clothing line, like this logo, I paid a young gentleman by the name of Jay De Niro, great designer, great artist, and me and him came together, and I created this one, created a whole bunch of couple other designs, and then they just start going off. And very proud of the brand so far. It's a great clothing line. It's it's luxury streetwear. I got we're branching off into like sweatsuits and bags, and I got polos and.
I need a polo with just the unk on the chest. You know what I mean? Like right here.
Yeah, I got a Coffin P polo. I'm gonna actually send you. I can send you. It's navy. It's really perfect dad polo. You know what I mean? With some
Dad
slacks.
needs some polos.
It's very fire, to be honest.
I'm super down.
Yeah, I'll show y'all after. But
we need baby onesies too. Just I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting into some toddler, like some toddler stuff. So, but I'm trying to do some collabs with different companies right now, and like everybody's been real receptive, especially in my in Ottawa. Like we're doing I'm doing a pop up this Sunday with a company, a brewery company called Kitchissippi Beer.
Okay.
So it's a great beer. It's like super. It's a craft local beer. They're from Ottawa. They're located in Bell's Corner, and they got an amazing brewery. So we're throwing a pop-up event there, and like
shouts out to them. That's what's up.
Yeah, like slowly but surely working my way with different companies, and like even when I went to Montreal, Dave McMillan, you know what I mean, the owner of Joe Beef, like that's why I have this hat, like because he was like real dope. We got to meet him, and I gave he gave me some merch. I gave him some merch. And like he got some passports. So there's a lot of people that like the brand that just aren't just, like not just streetwear. I think it's gonna be bigger than just a streetwear brand.
No, the logo's clean. It looks nice. Like that's super like just with the Yankee blue and whatever. And even that, I mean, obviously I take pride in that. But yeah.
He made this colorway up, by the way. Like this this guy was the person. When did we talk? We talk all the time.
Yeah, but this is when you first dropped the green and black. I literally called you and was like, "Listen,
you should do a maroon." He's like, "Do a maroon colorway for me, like a maroon and like yellow or maroon and gold." And then I'm guaranteeing he didn't think I was going to do it though, too.
No, because I've asked many people to do. I'm like, "Hey, you should do maroon," and they'll be like, "Yeah, whatever, skinny." You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm like, "All right, don't listen to me. I don't know colors, sure," but he listened. And
no, that was the coolest part. Like, I like constructive criticism, especially from the people I like, my personal circle, and I care about. You know what I mean? Makes it more personal. It's like we all take a win when like, you know, people like different ideas, you know what I mean? And like one day I want this to be a family business, you know, not just for myself, but for my family, like, you know, my kids.
Yeah.
My kids.
Right?
Like,
Exactly.
like Kanye says. And Skinny's kids and vice versa. So, you know what I mean? I think we're off to a good start, but it revitalizes. It's like one department's music, this department's clothing,
Right.
next department's just you as a brand yourself, you know? Like you guys are personal brands outside of the Chopvision together brand, you know what I mean?
Right?
This is true.
And you got to represent it as such. So that's kind of what I've been learning. I guess that's since the last 2 years, like definitely just believing in yourself, believing in like what you can do on with just a little bit of planning, like a little bit of planning and not, I'm not a rich man, definitely. So it's like not even a lot of money, but like just more planning. If you got a plan and you start with $50, you know, that 50 could definitely turn into 1,000, you know what I mean? And then that 1,000 can just keep and continue to grow, you know. But you got to invest in yourself. So if you don't invest in yourself and you just out here spending money, like that's not gonna work either. But I spend money too. But like you know what I mean, though.
Right.
People have like bad business practices, like you know, like try to save some of most of your profits and like you know get an accountant your first year, like shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, that leads me to like my final question for you before we kind of Rizzy wrap. But I want to ask you your five do's and don'ts in the first year of having a clothing company. Because I know there's some things you're like, damn, I shouldn't have done it this way. But then there's some things like, yeah, I did it good. Like I did that. So like for anybody just kind of wanting to do this, say just wanting to print shirts or wanting to do sweaters, like what would you advise to those without giving away your sauce?
No, for sure. I mean, first of all, the more people you help, the more you're winning. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The more people you help is the more you can win. Like that's kind of the, you know, I think all the winners do that, and they might not even do it. They do it in an indirect way, but like you could be affecting a lot of people's lives with certain gems. You know what I mean? I didn't learn this just by myself neither, right?
Right.
But my five, I don't even know if I could say I have 5 do's and don'ts off of 5.
Okay, just give whatever you got.
Yeah, but I'm gonna think of a lot. Do's would be, you know, like I said, corny as it is, like Jay-Z style, like believe in yourself. You know what I mean? First and foremost, you know, don't let nobody tell you that your idea is whack or you know what I mean, or it can't be done because you know no idea is original and everything is done. You know what I'm saying? Like Kim Kardashian has a company called Skims. You know what I mean? Like if somebody would have told her that was whack, she probably wouldn't have did it. You know what I mean?
Don't nobody love me as much as I love me and support me. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm my biggest fucking fan.
Right.
You know what? I realize it's easy. It's hard. Not everybody's not lovey on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody doesn't have like this public speaking, you know, jump on live and talk about their business. You know what I mean? It's definitely a skill, whether we think of it or not. It's like people typing faster than us.
Yeah.
Yep.
You say, right? So the business wise, like dudes is like just like when you plan it out, like have a direct number of what you know what I mean, what you're looking for, the result wise, like you know your audience, you know, like big on knowing your audience, just like music. I think all this comes from music and managing for me. Right. So like me, I'm not a greedy man, you know. My first goal wasn't 1,000 people. It might have been 100. You know what I'm saying? And then once I got those 100 people, you know, I focused on doubling that 100, you know, but they're still taking care of my first 100 the way they should be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Whether I got to give them free gear or not free, you know, promos or, you know what I mean, promo codes so they can stay interested and things like that.
Right.
OG
you know
appreciation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, appreciate your day ones. Like, this is me, even like me and Skinny. That's how our relationship is. You know, he's grown into like a family member because of just how good our business rapport relationship has been. You know, from him passing me a beat CD
and not knowing you from Adam.
X amount of years, right? Yeah. And like, look how that's what I'm saying. You know, if you do good business, square business with people, you know what I mean? Definitely, that's a dude right there. Square business, always do good business. Don't be trying to jerk people. Don't be trying to like take people's money. You know what I'm saying? On some scam ish. You know what I'm saying? and then like quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everything in an indie world is about quality. Even as an artist, if you're a painter, if you're a podcaster, if you're a rapper, if you're only thing that sets us aside from majors is the quality, the hand stitchness of it. You know what I mean? The time, the dedication of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People appreciate quality. You know, especially quality over quantity, right? Like, so like, you know, I take pride in wearing my hoodie because it's made well. You know what I mean? And like,
that is.
You've had my hoodie for almost 8 months, right?
Yep.
And is the product still suiting you? You know
Hasn't faded, feels great. The stitch, the patch is beautiful. The green, the emerald green pops. It's just, and it's nice. It's a cool, it's a smooth black. It's nice.
That's what I care about. Quality. Like, so I want to compete with the big companies too. You know, even as a small fish, I go to stores and touch the clothing. Like, you know, like that's what, you know, when I was at Foot Locker, I would just be touching hoodies all day, folding hoodies, touching them. You know what I mean?
8 months. This is 8 months. Look how crispy that is.
That's crazy. That's what I pride myself.
Still crispy.
So that green is nuts on camera.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. The green is
nuts. We're coming. Like, people want to spend money with a small business because they see that you're taking pride in your quality, and they see that you're taking like a lot of you know, details, and you know what I mean. And the don'ts would just be like, yo, don't quick don'ts. Don't don't sit on too much product. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'm just reading what the homie says. That love.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, the love and confidence is yourself.
It's tough. It's true, man. Especially like I was just saying, like I live in Ottawa, man. Ottawa's way, I would say, less inspiring than like a Montreal or Toronto. You know what I mean? Even though I love it like with all my heart, like it's like the best city. I wouldn't even move right now. You know what I mean? If I had to, I want my first flagship store to be here, and then my second one to be in Montreal. You know what I mean? So that's my goals for the future. But
you threw it out there, so it's gonna happen. That's what I believe in for sure.
Yeah, you got
it. It's coming.
I ain't even finished watching.
You're the next Goodfoot.
Big on Manifestation.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Hey, that's a bar. That's hard, right? But right. But true. No, like, yeah. So don't overcompensate. Don't suck. You know, don't suck. Beep. You know what I mean? Like, yo, get into your business for you and your family. Like, you know, like, don't work. Like, if you're working for yourself, like, don't go work for someone else. If you got your own business, you know what I mean? Enjoy the freedom. Enjoy the mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes, a lot of mistakes. You know, don't be too hard on yourself on the first year. But, like, get an accountant and just try to sort it out. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all you can do. But and then I'd say hustle until you're comfortable with just quitting your job. Like, hustle. Like, have your job. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I feel like, are, like, shy to work and support their own hustle. Like, they want someone else to support their hustle.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, you got to save up that X amount that you really want to. It's like just like buying a car, you know what I mean? Or buying a house. Like, have the same discipline with yourself as that you would with buying some sneakers or buying a car or something. You know what I mean? Because we always play ourselves with our dreams.
True.
Like, people might want to save up $20,000 to go skydiving and go to Africa, but then they like, yo, I got work, where they could just be putting $100 a month to
it. Get to that. Yeah.
Eventually get there. Exactly.
Yep. True.
That's all I got.
Well, you do it.
I don't fucking think you people understood what he just told you. Those are fucking gems.
Pure gems.
Play that shit back. Get that education, because it's in there.
Yep.
Hear that shit.
Hear it.
Fucking. I don't know what this.
Very
good. You don't know after that. Like, come on. If you don't know after the gems he just spit to you, I don't even. You need to do better. If you didn't catch what was in there, play that shit back on repeat.
Do better.
Do better. That's our. I mean, it's a motto that is known, but we have adopted to do, and that's coming very soon. So
it's yours now.
We might have to do a little collabo past life and our Chopvision when we.
I would be honored. So, I would be honored. I would love to. And you guys already got the streets on lock out there, so like, yeah, it would be good, man.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of we were kind of locking it down.
Internet streets too, man. Shouts to everybody that was showing love through
that. Shouts to everyone that's watching us on YouTube. Shouts to everyone who's watching us on Twitch right now.
Yeah, man.
We got do better
Yes,
stuff
Lee J.
coming. We got the shouts to you, Lee J. Oh man. I love it. Love it. Bobby, thank you, my brother. Thank you for coming on the show. I need to see you in Montreal
Great to
real
meet
soon.
you. Yo, this is not going to be a one-time thing. I'm
Yeah,
definitely going to speak
don't
to
worry.
you.
We got
You're a real
segments.
dude.
We got something pulling up. I'm going to tell you after show real quick. But you're going to love to be a part of this because it means going to random neighborhoods and doing some fun shit. So
I will. Yo, and you already know, man. Yo, thank you guys. You guys are the best. Like Montreal, my second home. I love Montreal. I definitely will be out there very soon, very, very soon. You know, the YUL shirt is online. You know what I mean? Pastlife.ca.
That's right.
Bobby Brugal on all platforms. It's not easy. It's not hard to find. I'm very easy to find if you're looking for me.
He's out
and
here.
Yo, shouts to my brothers, Chops and Skinny, man. You guys are doing y'all thing, and I like you said, more to come.
Yeah. I mean, he did the outro. I mean, we don't need to. So, I mean, everybody, thank y'all for watching. We'll be back next week. Promise to be on Sundays. The kid, the baby, things are crazy. So, I mean, we'll be back Sunday, 7 p.m. Follow us.
Work the wait. If we only come out on Monday, ain't no shit.
I mean, yeah, true. If you don't see us Sunday, we'll be here Monday. That's like the goal. Remember when TV shows used to be like not on their actual day, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is us." We love you so much that we'll actually schedule 2 days just cause. So,
right,
exactly. We out 2-6 next week. Hold it down.
Peace, y'all. Much love.